We're live.
Oh man, it's good to see y'all.
What's happening, Chibbi? What's going on, SC?
Yeah. Just excited to be here for this moment.
It's finally here. I'm so excited.
So, Chibbi, why don't you tell? Yeah, go ahead, SC.
Oh, I'm popping a bottle right now. I've been like looking forward to this for so long.
Oh fuck! Oh yeah. So for those, salute, cheers.
Salud.
So for those of you tuning in who have no idea what's happening right now, hello, my name is Chibbi. I'm the editor-in-chief at Right About Now Publishing. Over on the other side of the screen is Amir, founder and director of Right About Now. And here in the center is our illustrious author, SC Says. Like SC was saying, for a number of months now, we've been working on relaunching Right About Now Publishing and publishing our first book, which is SC Says is Golden Brown Skin. It has arrived. The boxes are right here next to me, and so we're going to dive into these boxes, get a first look at this book. And, which is next to me, and so we're share some poems from the book. I'm excited. So salute, gentlemen.
Salud, man.
Essie, how are you feeling?
I don't know. It's a weird combination of things. Like, absolutely excited, really nervous, weirdly, because I've just so much of my work for the past 8 years has only existed on the stage, and so to actually have something tangible to give to people, it makes me, I don't know, it makes me nervous. I'm excited. I'm a little nervous about it too, but I'm really happy that this is finally coming together. And mostly I feel really grateful. I'm very grateful for the whole Right About Now team. This has been a dream of mine for a really long time, and y'all have helped make this a reality. So there's a lot of gratitude in my heart right now.
All right. Well, let's pop these. I got my official unboxing knife.
That is an intense knife.
Let me switch this camera right quick. We're going on a journey, people. All right. Let's go on this journey here.
Is that a filing cabinet?
Yes, it's a filing cabinet. This is my office.
Who has filing cabinets anymore?
People that keep files. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh,
Man, did someone did that?
That box has seen better days.
Look, that's the state of
Yo, it was from within. Those books were trying to fight their way out.
Uh-huh. Moment of truth, people.
Oh man.
Ah.
Oh man. That looks great.
Let's just grab one of these beautiful little copies.
Oh my god, it's gorgeous.
That, oh man, I love that. I am so happy with how the cover turned out.
And some
Man,
amazing
shout out to
blurbs.
Morgan Williams. Shout out to Troy Speaks. Shout out to Chibby's aunt. Was it Paula or Paulina Carretero? Paulina Carretero.
Oh man, this is wild. That's the book.
Wait a second. Who is that gorgeous man right there?
I'm such an avid reader, and to see my face in the back of a book is just like trippy. It's wild. I don't even. It's,
Man, that picture came out really good.
yeah, it did.
I just want to hang it on my wall.
I need to get a blown up version of that just to hang in the background for sure.
I want a chest tat, maybe lower back, going brown skin.
Yeah, definitely poster size this cover. I did the same with my first book. It was like a giant 4x5 poster of the front cover.
Happy with it.
I have to have this in my life. So congratulations to you. Again, months of work just to put the book together, but obviously years of work in writing the poems and making this collection come to life. What can people expect in this book? Why should people buy it, besides the fact that it is brilliant?
So this book is the culmination of years of writing poetry. So I started writing poetry in 2014, and this is the first time I've ever put it on the page. Like, I've never sold chapbooks. There's not really anywhere online you can go to read my poetry. So this is it. This is 8 years of blood, sweat, so many tears, terrible metaphors, brilliant metaphors. It's me. This is the story of me finding my voice. And what I love about it is that every time I share a piece that's very vulnerable and very raw, there is somebody in the audience that will usually come up to me afterwards and say, I saw myself in that too. So what I'm really excited about for this book is for people to kind of get to know me on a much deeper level, but also see where their story connects with mine. I've heard so many different people tell me about my crayon box poem and how they grew up being biracial, and it started these deep conversations and great connections. And so this book is full of so many different topics and viewpoints. There's absolutely poems about my experiences being a person of color in America. There's poems about love. There's poems about faith. There's poems about my own experiences with depression. It's a wild ride, and I think that people are really going to enjoy it. So yeah, that's why I think people should pick it up. I think it's a fun ride.
I completely concur. It is absolutely a journey. Get your copies now. We have signed copies. Why don't we give the people a little sneak peek? Why don't each of us share one of our favorite poems from the collection?
Ooh, okay.
Who wants to go first?
Oh, I'll go first. I'm really excited right now, so I'm gonna go first.
Let's do this.
So I don't have the physical copy in front of me yet, so I'm reading off of the manuscript. What I also really love about this book is it gave me the opportunity to put poems together that I just don't really get to perform very often on the stage, and some poems that I've never performed. So this poem, I think I shared only one other time to a live audience, and so I love this poem. This poem means a lot to me. It's called "You Can Dying Star on Your Own Time." Your tears, they don't make great children's stories. Wipe them with your wrists so they don't stain the page. So you don't stain the page. You are always messy, an unclean room of a body, and you're sorry, but sorry isn't a clean room. It's just what you say after the wine is spilt, and you know what they say about spilled wine. No use dying about it. You go out, attempt to numb the empty with burning, but that's the thing about drinking when you're lonely. Eventually, even the alcohol leaves. You go to therapy, hoping to find answers in deflecting, pretending to be the happy you're paying for, but the floor tiles are all wrong, and the candy in the bowl is the wrong kind of candy, so you say nothing about the galaxy that's dying in your chest. Just repeat the process. Just repeat the process. Just hope that practice makes the purchase worth it. You are not ashamed to ask for help. Not anymore. No, the shame comes from repeating the same mistakes again, and calling it communion, religion. Are we all the same kind of damaged? Putting a bandage on our human and calling it living, you are driving past the speed limit again. You notice, but you don't let up off the acceleration, jealous because at least your car is able to feel something. You gather your breath before you put the key in the lock. You don't want to have to explain the tear stains to your roommates. Compose yourself for the show. Breathe like your lungs owe you something. You've rehearsed for this. Stand up straight. The hunching implies hurting. Walk in slowly. The hurry implies hiding. Smile upon entering. Ask them how they're doing. You read in an essay somewhere that people love talking about themselves. Direct the conversation. Maestro, manage your emotions. It's true what they say. You can fake it till you make it to your room. Don't cry too loud. Make sure the door is closed. You fear the knock that screams they heard you. Sob gracefully into the silencer of your comforter, comforting only in that it doesn't ask you why you're crying. Maybe it knows. Maybe that's why they call it a comforter. Soaking up all your agony, telling no stories about it. Just don't cry too loud. You worked hard to get here alone. Lonely because being happy for everyone else is exhausting. You're on your knees again. Begging for an answer you already don't believe is coming. You ask anyway, because what is faith? But waking up in the morning, hoping your history doesn't press the repeat button. You didn't sleep, but the sun came up anyway, as if to say your healing was taking too long. After all, the universe doesn't revolve around your ability to manage the gravity. You can dying star on your own time. You Spotify Julian Baker. Say to yourself, maybe someday it'll turn out all right. I know that it's not, but I have to believe that it is. Your mom is calling. Some part of you knows you'll just feel worse if you do what you want to. On the third ring, you answer. Hey, Mom. Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I
love that poem.
Oh, my heart. I'm so here for it. Oh, it's so good. And you can get
I'm excited for people to get their hands on that. That's one of my favorite poems that I've ever written.
Yeah, so brilliant. Safi, you got one you want to share?
Yeah, I do. Before I read it, I want to talk about just kind of like my experience with SC Says in this book. I'm pretty sure I met SC Says when you first got into like spoken word and slam.
Yeah.
So I've had the like unique privilege of watching you hone your voice, control your voice, grow your voice, on stages and in slam. I've seen you. I mean, you started off pretty great, which is kind of unfair. And then you really just continued to get better, finalist on Texas Grand Slam Poetry Festival stage. Most recently, you won the Grand Slam in Galveston, which is a smaller event, but man, it was a pretty stacked lineup. It really didn't matter. And I watched you win that. And if you're looking for something to read, okay, affirms like how you've been feeling in your existence. If you're like, yo, am I weird for feeling this way? Or am I alone in feeling this way? This collection will make you feel affirmed. And I highly recommend getting it. You can get wanpoetry.com/books. I think we have less than 30 signed copies left if you haven't got it yet. And
less than 15.
Less than 15 now.
Oh,
okay. And so like in the spirit of feeling affirmed in my existence, I'm going to read a poem by SC Says from Golden Brown Skin titled A Kindness, because I resonate with the very first line. And I'll just read it now. I am stuck in line at my least favorite place, Walgreens. I hate Walgreens. Got me all excited about their membership, then elected to price their products so high, the membership only served to bring them back down to reality. It's killing me. They call 35 cents off greediness a ... bargain. And this hag in front of me is pulling out her fucking checkbook ... Lady, I'm sure the 1930s were a swell time, but some things are not better the old-fashioned way. Her hands shake as she signs for her gallon of water, 6 bananas, loaf of bread, jar of peanut butter, apple granola bars, 4 bottles of Gatorade, 2 Hershey's chocolate bars, 3 packs of spearmint gum, and those chocolate cakes from Hostess. I know this because in the time it took for her to find her checkbook in that suitcase on her arm, they put a man on Neptune, and oh, brilliant, she forgot the milk. As we all wait for the store associate to run and grab her calcium liquid, I begin to associate this old woman with purgatory. This must be the stuck behind the arthritic old lady at the grocery store level. I'm sure for some, this level isn't that bad, but it's been a long day. And this woman smells like old people. I'm beginning to wonder how she escapes from the nursing home. But right before I ask the fossil what this Great Depression was like, mercifully, the associate comes back with her 1%. The cash register dings, opens, it's over. At least I didn't kill an old woman today. She collects her belongings at a speed evolution would respect. Move slowly to the door. Scan my item, pay for it, grab my card and receipt, go to leave, and she is just reaching the front doors, where she's conveniently blocking the only exit. Old lady, you picked the wrong day to examine my morality. I surge to give her a sharp push into the portrait frame of my day. I miss. She's tricked me. Surprisingly swift. She makes a sharp right. I struggle to regain composure. As my mind works to clarify the scenario I am seeing, I pause. As my day's largest mountain kneels down. The burden she carries is unloaded on the homeless man, laying down at the front of the store, with a sign that reads, "You are loved." A gallon of water, 6 bananas, loaf of bread, jar of peanut butter, apple granola bars, 4 bottles of Gatorade, 2 Hershey's chocolate bars, 3 packs of spearmint gum, and those chocolate cakes from Hostess. And of course, the 1% milk, almost forgotten. As she empties every item in her bag for the first time today, my mind is quiet, bears witness to a development. This is what love looks like. With a smile and a wave, she says goodbye to the man who will probably never know the name of the whisper of humanity on 2 legs walking away. As she turns back to procure her original purpose, I stop her and ask who she is. With a smile like a vaccine, curing my melancholy disease, she says to me, "I'm Ingrid. Ingrid, thank you for making this day beautiful."
Ingrid poem. I love that poem.
Butterflies.
That was awesome. Thank you, Sophie.
No, thank you, SC. So that poem was Kindness by SC Says, is also in Golden Brown Skin. Is that poem about a true story? Did that really happen?
Yeah. That was I was having a terrible day, and this woman took for no lie, I was in line for 15 minutes waiting for her to get her shit together, and I'm leaving. I'm pissed, and I happen to see her stop all of a sudden, and she just lowers everything that she's carrying to this person right outside, and it just completely, my mind was just blank. I was just like, wow, that is one of the most beautiful things I think I've ever seen. And it just totally changed my day. It was beautiful.
Man, thank you so much for sharing that. And how did your process work? Did you go home immediately and write it? Was it something in your phone, in your notes? Was it months
That's
later?
The crazy thing. That happened years before I ever wrote a slam poem. I just remember it. I was I think I found myself wanting to write a poem, and I was at the place where it had happened, and I remembered it. And I just for whatever reason, wanted to jot down that story so I would remember it. And this poem kind of came out of that.
Well, it's absolutely beautiful work. It's also doing beautiful things on the page, people. It looks gorgeous on the page. And I know as a writer, it is often both surreal, but also so rewarding to hear other people read your work out loud in their voice and their cadence and their tones. And that was just a joy to hear
that was awesome.
read that poem. Okay, I will share one.
Let's go.
And one of my favorite things as a reader is getting to read poets do work that I personally would never be able to write. And there's so much of that in here because you have such a unique voice and a unique cadence, and the way you tell a story is so rich and vivid.
So well did, yeah.
I personally am often dead inside. I don't write love poems, so I'm gonna read a love poem from this book. I love it so much.
Yo, real quick, speaking of love poems, shout out to Candace Toe for buying a copy of
Thank you, Candace.
Golden Brown Skin. That is awesome.
Candace, that book is gonna be signed tonight and shipped out by Monday. That's happening.
Cheers.
We're sending these books out. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Yo, anyone who buys a book today, SC says we'll sign it to you. Okay, so if you hop on the live stream and you buy a book, we're gonna make sure he signs it to you. We're gonna make that happen.
Yeah. All right. Let me share this poem here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so this poem is called Intoxicating Interruptions. I can smell your kiss on my memory, on my periphery. I relive the edges of a laugh, and it's soft, like the taste of you, like the thought of you against my everything. You tasted like movement. When we vibrate, all the atoms in my vertebrae stand at attachment. Your fingers speak, goosebumps like Morse code, the message, so distracting. But I love the way it rolls off my timidly timed everything. I mean to tell you, I loved the way you looked at me. I can't remember if I did. The subtle shift in color reflecting a sunrise we arrived a little too late to. Kept me from remembering whatever it was we were just talking about. Mesmerized by the murmurings of gold and green. So when I said I wanted to kiss you, part of me rebelled, knowing that if we did, you'd probably close your eyes, and I loved looking at them. My body screamed at me to hold you, to know the shape of you on my skin, to see if beauty felt as alluring as I imagined it did. I wanted to memorize you, to push pause on the moment you straddled me, erasing my ability to notice anything but all of you. We were a painting, you and me, an amusing attraction, to distract the people running by, a captured possibility of a chance meeting. We kissed like a contagious conversation, one where we couldn't wait to hear the other one speak, so it was full of intoxicating interruptions, monologues we couldn't wait to recite against each other's lips. I can smell your kiss on my memory, though I know I won't be able to. I inhale, trying to hold the feel of you in my chest for as long as I can. When I can't draw any more of you in, I exhale, sharing a secret smile, grateful to have breathed you in at all.
That was awesome. Thank you, Chibbi. Another poem that I never get to perform. I've never performed that poem, and so to get to hear it live was just really cool.
Give the people what they want. People want love in this world. People want love.
If you're looking to feel something, you're gonna feel pretty much every range of emotion you can feel by reading this book. There are highs, there are lows, but ultimately one of my favorite things about it is there's a spirit of you can do this, you will persevere. So if you're looking for that pick me up, I really do recommend Golden Brown Skin by SC Says, which limited signed copies available. We just got them in, literally. Chibbi just unboxed them with I'm kind of concerned. I've never known you have that knife.
I've had this knife since college. It is my official letter opener / unboxing knife. I literally use it to open every letter and package I receive.
It gives off Mad Apocalypse vibes, and I'm here for it.
It's very House of the Dragon to me.
We do shit seriously over here right about now.
Thank you so much, Melissa, for that comment, by the way.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. The whole collection is a gorgeous journey through the intersections of identity, through mental health, through love, through so much, through faith. It's worth the journey. I hope you get your copies. You can buy them on wanpoetry.com/books. Limited signed copies available, y'all. Like this, there's so much beauty in this book. So thank you, SC and Amir, for sharing this moment. I know you are excited to get your hands on your own book. I will see you. Yes. If anyone is in the Austin area tonight at the historic Victory Grill, there's a show going down, Houston Poets versus Austin Poets, with the one who's lived in all cities sacrificing for you.
Yeah. But only if you've already bought your ticket, because it is sold out. So maybe wait outside the venue. SC might have some books on him. You know what I mean? We might be able to work something out.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been a joy, gentlemen. Congrats, SC. And so excited to see where this book goes.
Me too. Thank y'all.
And if y'all want to keep following us, we're going to hop over to the @WAN Poetry Instagram, where we will be sharing more poems from this book. If you can't make it to Instagram, again, wanpoetry.com/books. Get your copy of Golden Brown Skin today.
Yeah. Bye.
Take care, y'all.
Bye, people.